Welcome, my friends, to the next What If Series tournament. Now, we are getting into near the end of Duel Monsters. We're very close to GX. The big debate here will be, what do we do for GX? But let's put that aside for now. Let's just enjoy this tournament. This is indeed a King of Games tournament. There's a lot of King of Games tournaments we have, I know. But, excuse me. But yeah, anyway. So, let's have these 30 character rundown sheets we go through, and let's see where we go from there. So 30 duelists, and it will be one duel until the semifinals and finals will be the only best of threes. So let's get started with Mitchell Bond and Michelle Bond, new characters created by Mitchell Slaughter. The twins run a detective agency. Ah, kind of like Bungo Stray Dogs. I love how they run a detective agency. Well, if they run anything like Dazai and Co do, I love them. So anyway, the HQ is located at the Uriel Mansion. So, interesting. Michael and Wisteria find the Pyramid of Alexander on their honeymoon. So this does connect with French Twist. Michael contacts Avery, who then calls the siblings, these two, to come investigate. Now, we're about to run through a bunch of Mitchell's characters that he said he wanted them added, but there's no story for them. So here they are. Michael, Wisteria, the bride and groom, Alice, Pearl, Angela. Whoops. Oh, did I leave? I left Angela. Look, I left Angela in there. What a dummy I am. Pearl, Angela, Zachary Chiu, and now brand new characters well from Mitchell Slaughter. Alicia, Princess Alicia. The one who made the legendary, and this is their first appearance, Sacred Beasts in Egypt. She is from a different time, obviously, from Egyptian times, as a lot of people are from this capsule world. I'm guessing she was stuck in this capsule world, because Mitchell didn't really elaborate on that. She is like Alexander the Great is, and yes, he is, of course, in it. She, in her time, Egypt is being invaded by the Romans. Yeah, well, Alexander stuff. He was the almighty conqueror. She comes, if y'all knew world history or took world history in school, you would know he dominated the most land ever. It was either him or Genghis Khan, but I think he did. She comes into possession of the Emerald Tablet and uses its power to conjure up fake, darker versions of the gods of Egypt that were so infamous. She has been transported to modern day and brings her three dual spirits with her. These dual spirits are drawn to Alice since she is the descendant of Alicia. They do look a little similar, just a little bit. Just a tiny bit, Mitchell, just a little tiny bit. And her closest friends, Angelica and Pearl, Raviel and Uriah and Haman are also drawn to their respective duelist because they're, descendants. Chiaki. Officially, the only thing I have for her from Mitchell is officially dating Zachary Chiu after the wedding. Oh, isn't that nice? Brand new character from Serenity Spider Monkey. Oh, and by the way, before we go through any more, yes, there are not really many main characters here, except there's from Serenity. There's really not any main characters, but that's okay because a lot of their Kawaii family went in their place, in their stead. And a lot of that had to do with their new characters, and I needed to have max 30 characters. So apologies for that, Serenity Spider Monkey. That's the only reason why Casey and the gang are not here. The first and only, Claymore Gary Magmaris. Only age 13. Looks down on everyone who's socially beneath him. Also an accomplished card player. Wants to help Giselle and her I already don't like him. No, I'm just kidding. I already like him because I love Giselle. Excuse me, I can't talk today. I love Giselle's deck. So, wants to help Giselle and her dark magician girl, aka Prue, create an ideal world where rich and popular always stays on top. They plan to mind control the world even without the Oligarchos. Enslave all other dual spirits. Isn't above cheating to win. And he's from East London. Hello, governor. Evie Kawhi, the Kawhi's mom, finally makes an appearance. All these siblings, all these whatever, second, third, 15th cousins. Now we finally have the OG, the originator, the progenitor, Evie Kawhi, the Kawhi's mom. 37 years old, no freaking way. She is 37 with that Slayer's face. But looks much younger. Yeah, that's right. That's what Serenity put. A freelance bandit with her wife, Nixon. Ah, so they have an LGBT mom. She loves her 6 kids more than anything. It feels like they have way more than 6. Are we sure about this? Or I'm just remembering wrong because they have so many other friends. She loves the thrill of a good heist or treasure hunt. A bit of a troll, but put cards in her deck specifically to counter her kids' decks. Oh, that's nice. That's a sweet mom right there. Veruca Kawhi. What is this from? What is this from? I've seen this from somewhere. Well, anyway, let me read her bio. Age 10, no way. She's 10 years old, 0 way. Okay, but I'm just kidding. Just in my opinion, she doesn't look 10, but this is Yu-Gi-Oh! World, remember? Sartorius is 15. And we have Geo at, I think, 14 or 15. Casey's little sister speaks almost no English and only Swiss Italian, very specific. Misses her home country, Switzerland. The Kawhis and friends are trying to make her feel at home, especially misses her pet baby goat, Hanabi. It is a cute goat, I gotta admit. Loves to eat. Okay, forgive me if I butcher this, Serenity. Aleshi Oddly. What is this artwork from? I've seen it somewhere. It looks like a 90s or early 2000s anime. What is it? What is that? I'm trying to figure out what it is. I could not figure out what it was. I should have asked Serenity. Lexi's boyfriend vows to protect her if he needs to, but he's confident in her that she can stand on her own. He works as a monk/spirit exorcist. Helps around the beach house whenever he is needed. The Kawhis love him like a second brother. Tried and failed to exorcise the evil dark magician girl of Giselle many times over. Only times he's failed at his duties in his life. And he has 2 sisters. I'm sure that will come into play later. Okay, why is he there twice? Look, we get double. He's cheating. It's 2 of them. Huh. Alexander the Great. The man himself. The main villain of the arc. The greatest warrior who ever lived, allegedly. He's a bit of a phony in my version. Not in the real world version. He summons our warriors to Capsule Monster's world to assist in his escape. Little do they know he is waiting to betray them and leave himself, and so he can steal all their dual spirits and power and escape to the real world. I think there's way scarier people than you, Alexander. You're probably safer hiding in your little world here. Just telling you. We may share the same first name, but I'm telling you, you're not so great, especially in Yu-Gi-Oh! Whoops. One of my OCs. A new OC I've created. Vincent Morano. An Italian Germanic pop idol boy. He is top of the charts right now, top of the pops. He also dabbles in a little bit of K-pop. Okay, went to India on vacation with his entourage and got trapped in the capsule world. Sorry about that, guys. I should never leave my door unlocked anymore. So anyway, Vincent Morano, the Italian Germanic pop idol boy. So yeah, he went on a vacation with all his entourage. Just imagine like Gary's entourage is what he's got. And got trapped in the capsule world somehow. He's the only one who survived the initial drop into the world. Apparently everyone else perished. All his fangirls and entourage. Has lost his mind in his time there. and really has resorted to eating his own socks and shoes because he has not been able to find anything to eat. As great and grand as everyone thinks he is in the real world, he's just nothing lower than, I mean, he's lower than scum here. He literally cannot even find anything to eat, and he's struggling here. However, he still does have his ultra powerful rare deck that he basically bought with all his millions and billions of dollars. No, he doesn't have billions, but he has millions and millions. So yeah, he makes. So since he's lost his mind, he sides with evil, sides with Alexander, makes a deal to trick all these fools who enter here in this arc and to help escape. So he'll escape with Alexander in return. He is very unexpected in his persona and very unsettling to be around nowadays. If the people saw him if they saw him now, they wouldn't barely recognize him. And has ended many careers on his rise to the top. Yeah, I can believe that. Kaiba X. Thought he could come on this trip to find the meaning of life. Come to the trip to India to find the meaning of life. Oh yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you'll find here, Kaiba. Maybe you need the meaning of dueling because you haven't won a single tournament in our What If series. Also, one more thing. Also heard there's a way to revive his little brother here. Doo-doo. Creepy. Matic Blishta. Merrick Brishtar. So, the LGBT boys are back, and Bakura. They are getting married soon. They had heard about Michael's and Wisteria's wedding, and they could not wait. But first, they're going to have to wait, because Merrick insists on a fun last trip to India before they do tie the knot. Doesn't go well, as Merrick's airhead self is the reason they get trapped in. He's like, "Ooh, what's this?" And he puts his foot through, and he goes through, and then Bakura, he grabs Bakura, and Bakura goes along with him. He's like, "You stupid fool." Anyway, so yeah, that's what happened with them, and that's why they're here. Justice. Now, this is regular Justice. They're split here. Justice, excited that him and his Yami self are now separate. He lets him choose one of his old decks to use. Upset the world is at stake again, they even made fun of it in Duel Monsters. It's always at stake every other week. A billion times. It just is. It always is. With card games, it's always bad news. Ready to help his Yami self any way he needs. Yami Justice. Ready to help face this threat. Chooses his Thunder Dragon deck, and that's correct, he does. Queen Victoria was sipping on tea when everyone was sent to Capsule World, happily communicating with all the dual spirits. She asks if they know about the dark spirit that's been missing. They have no clue since they are from the past. So she just willingly goes in the world, even though because she knows she can escape anytime. So Queen Victoria, can you help them out? She's like, no, they got a duel. Of course they got a duel. Of course, always. Angelica, very upset and disturbed while meditating. Just wants to be left alone. Guess she has to beat these newbies herself if she wants to have peace. And yeah, she is the current champion, so someone could take her crown. Probably not, though. She's OP. Sandra. Yeah, I admit, I did forget to add this lore at the end of the last video, so I apologize. She meets Alistair, and the two start working together, reporting on occurring corruption and evil people like the new threats. Alistair is doing basically community service at this point for his past actions. As if being a waiter wasn't enough at a wedding. Yeah, that was pretty degrading. Wasn't able to get any info on Diana's coma since she lost early in the tournament last time. Sorry, Sandra. Lego. Of course, we're getting into Lego Man's characters. knows the heroes need to stop the villains responsible, but has gotten extremely curious about what it would be like if duel monsters would be more physical in duels, actually hurting people like it happens in the Capsule world because the monsters are real. He mentally noted the idea of augmented reality dueling down and decided to experiment more later. So, bringing in some, was that Arc 5 stuff going on? Or even Vrains? Helena and Alexandra. Hearing the situation, or handling it, excuse me for my stupidity, handling the situation pretty well. Also, can you believe this? I put also be trying to stop the villains, of course. Also trying to stop the villains, of course, is proper grammar. Alexandra has been carrying a howling insect like a puppy that she found in the world. And that cute Paul. He wonders if there is a future where spirits and humanity can live in harmony. Possibly. Keeps having memories of his childhood and flashbacks, recalling how he grew up in a forest, only able to rely on his spirit friends for help. After being abandoned by his own family, that is rough. His backstory is so much like Raphael's, except his family just like abandoned him truly. Raphael got separated from his family by darts. He wasn't supposed to be. But it sounds like Paul's had even worse. He may have had it slightly worse than Raph. Raph just had OP guardian spirits guarding him. He plans to try his hardest still, as he always does, and he always is a beast facing the main villains. Max Pegasus. His father sends him on this trip as punishment for not rescuing him properly. What the freak, Pegasus? What is he supposed to do? But really, the real reason he really sent him there is because he's still mad he runs that nasty, nasty stall deck. Yep, that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys enjoy the tournament coming up. I'm really excited. I am truly excited. I know I say that every time, but I just gotta voice my opinion sometimes. I'm really excited. I really think these 30 characters are going to put on a show. Because we've been having fun tournaments left and right. You guys answer me. Have we had a single boring tournament this entire time? The answer is no. So, see you guys shortly for the tournament. And like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. The channel is Ames and Manga. Bye. So it occurs to me, I'm not done yet. You guys can't get rid of me that easily. I do, in fact, will have more than 30 characters. Because I forgot 2 characters of Serenity Spider Monkeys. First one is Yuma Nakamura, older identical sister of Ryan Nakamura. She's on a mission to collect 151 shadow cards. Interesting amount. And with each one she collects, her mind becomes more and more corrupt. She tries her best to see the good in people, even if they don't deserve it. Like her parents. Wow, that's rough. Which usually upsets Ryan. Her motto is everything will work out. She tries her best to be a good sister to Ryan, friends with Anka Fukuhara. I like her. She's cool. And then the second character, which has Miho's face from season 0. Okay, so this girl's name is Candace Nosaka, a classmate of Soda Kawai's. She's a big fan of Lexi's and is always there to support her. Rivals with Neri Chapashira, but they can put aside their issues if it means keeping Lexi safe. Talks in the third person. She's impulsive, ditzy, and can be violent. Oh my. She is like Miho from season 0. So these are the 2 characters I left off on accident from Serenity Spider Monkey. I apologize. Now we can say goodbye and see you for the tournament shortly. See you guys.